Hey gang, Tony here. I have a few videos I'm going to be making. Hopefully these are not in the way. Sometime today, but the first one I want to start out with is near and dear to my heart, and something I've been super excited about because I'm like obsessed with this stuff. So I'll talk about that. I'm drinking coffee. It's a little too early for pumpkin ale. Alright, if you watch my videos and you kind of know me, you know that I am just a little bit obsessed with recreating watching TV in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, late 80s, during Halloween. Alright? It's just, I think it goes hand in hand with just the whole feeling of nostalgia, right? I mean, and that's why a lot of us get into nostalgia stuff, the retro stuff, the vintage stuff, things from the 80s, why we buy video games, why we watch movies on VHS, because we're trying to recreate this feeling that we had when we were kids. And it's something that's difficult to do, and a lot of people lose over the years. There's that magical, special feeling of being a child in autumn, or even like Christmas in the summer. Your whole childhood can have this really like kind of glowing feeling to it, and we lose that, and time kind of gets slippery as we get older, and we just fall into routines and whatnot. So there's that part of collecting, and that part of my obsessions and Halloween and horror stuff and video game collecting. So one of the things I've been doing for a few years now, a couple years now, and unsuccessfully this entire time, is that when I'm at the yard sales and flea markets and things, I'll look through the VHS tapes, and I always kind of keep an eye out for tapes like Memorex, that look like, hey, people put it in a VCR and taped it off the television. And I always look for little keywords and stuff like, anything about Halloween or Halloween TV specials or horror movies. And then I'll pick them up if I find any, and I'll look and hope that it's something that they just put it in the VCR on a Halloween day in the 80s and press record and just let it fly, I've never found it. And I'm sure they're out there somewhere. This is why this product is so damn exciting for me. So there's this company called Here Lies. I'm going to show you their card right now. It says, Here Lies, Horror, Retro, Video Games, Synthwave. And they have their YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram on the card. I'll put the links below. Down below. And I was alerted to this company, which I keep saying company. I'm thinking it's kind of like my company, Candy Corn Apocalypse. It's just me. I'm pretty sure Eddie Spaghetti might be the only guy doing this stuff. I'm not really sure if he has partners or whatnot, but I was alerted to this by Nick Jones, and he said, hey, I think you might be interested in this. And Nick, if you're watching, thank you so damn much, because I was very interested in this. So it's a VHS tape. They also gave me a button, and I put the button right on the case here so that I can, my tendency with buttons and things is to put it in a drawer. So I figured that this way I'm actually using it, and it kind of marks the box. And it is, and I'll show you the side there, the official Eddie Spaghetti Halloween Companion Volume 2. And he put some cool labels on there. So first of all, I just have to give Eddie a huge damn shout out, because he's selling these. I'm going to put air quotes around selling, because he's basically giving them away. The charge for this was a $2 donation for the cost of the product. Like, when I guess he has to go out and buy the tapes and for the buttons and whatnot. And other than that, it just cost shipping, which was from Canada, so it was like $6 and change or whatever. I mean, what? That's awesome, man. You could have easily gouged people on this product. I probably shouldn't tell you that. I would have totally paid $20. Easy. But you're being really cool about it, and you're doing this for the love, it seems like, just getting these things out there. So, what is this? It is exactly what I've been searching for. You put this tape in, and it is television in the late 80s and early 90s on Halloween or around Halloween. What does that mean? You put the tape in, and it starts out with a few Halloween commercials, and then you get a couple of like Halloween bumpers for particular channels. So, for instance, there was one from Fox for the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors 2-hour marathon, and it's Bruce Campbell looking young and just kind of doing the, saying, coming up next. That's what a bumper is for TV shows on particular channels. And I've only watched this. There's 6 hours of content on here. I've watched about an hour and change so far because I just didn't have the time to keep watching. But it's amazing. So far, it's had like everything that I could ever ask for on there. There's commercials with Elvira. And when I say everything I'm talking about, just for frame of reference, everything I'm talking about is from TV in the 80s and 90s, basically, so far. I'm assuming most of it is retro like that. So we got commercials from Elvira. We have an amazing TV spot for Evil Dead 2 with Sam Raimi in it. We got the Bruce Campbell bumper, like I said. We have, what else is in there? Oh my God, there's so much goodness. I wanted to write down as I was going, but I also don't want to give everything away. So, so far, I watched, and here's the cool thing. It's, like I said, it's like you're watching TV in the 80s. So they have an episode of Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors on there. You get the first segment, and then it goes to commercials. And then you get the next segment, and it goes to commercials. But the thing is, they've vetted all the commercials. They're not the original ones. They are putting in Halloween and horror commercials. So it's just all perfect content for this time of year. There was a great segment from, and I didn't recognize it at first. I actually had to ask Eddie about it, but it's a great segment from Heavy Metal, which was outstanding. What else can I remember from this? Random. It starts out with this tickled me. It starts out with news coverage on Halloween from some random small news station, and they go out to the streets and they look at people like on the streets. It reminded me a lot of in the movie Trick or Treat. If you remember, they have like the news coverage, and then they have the man on the street, and they're kind of walking around and showing the people in different costumes and stuff. They have like a real version of that on there, and it's just so perfect. I cannot wait to see what the rest of this tape is gonna provide, because, oh my God. Okay, so as you can tell, I am very, very happy with this. It is right up my alley. It's perfect for what I'm looking like. It's just, I can't believe that someone actually did this, I guess, because it's what I've been wanting for a long time. Okay, so here's the bad news. After all of that, I don't know if you guys are sitting there going, oh my God, I gotta get this. I'm sorry, there are none left. I did post about it on my Facebook page. If you don't follow my Facebook page, you probably should, because I post about stuff like this, so you don't miss out on it. It was limited to 100 copies, which sold out very quickly. I want to say like a day or two. I got in there pretty early on. Thanks again to Nick Jones for that. They did do another small short run of about 20 extra copies since the first 100 sold out so quickly. And upon last checking, I did post about that as well. That was yesterday or 2 days ago. They are gone as well. But the good news, so that's bad news. Good news is Eddie informed me that they will be selling these again next year. So they're going to do for next Halloween. If you missed out this year, like their Facebook page, follow their YouTube, get them on your social media so you don't miss out, because next year they will resell this copy or this volume, and they are going to redo the first volume. I was asking, because I want the first volume now. I believe he said he's going to re-edit it and kind of fix it up a little bit and re-release it next year. So it's a year away, but it's something to look forward to. In the meantime, I was also informed that they may just do a Christmas compilation or a Christmas companion of the same style. And while it's not horror and Halloween, I am a huge fan of Christmas and this entire time of year. Once we get into like the holidays, I don't know. Some people think like, oh, you like Halloween, you like horror, and then you must hate Christmas. I don't. I really like it. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, this entire time of year, I love it. So I'm hugely looking forward to that as well, because it's going to be the same deal as far as I know. That it's like going to be watching TV in the 80s, 90s during Christmas, and they'll have Christmas commercials and TV episodes and TV specials, and really just it brings out that feeling, that thing that we're all searching for when we get into nostalgia and collections like this. And I'll tell you right now, watching this, it definitely helps get that feeling back for you a little bit. So anyway, I'm done gushing. Eddie, thank you for making this. Thank you. Nick Jones, thank you for telling me about it. Everyone else, follow Here Lies. I'm sure they'll be doing other really cool stuff in the meantime, in between all these, in between the Halloween and Christmas companions. So go check that out. Have a great October day. All right, guys. Breathe deep in the night. I'll see you all soon. Bye.